Hi everyone, this is Fahad Mirza and I welcome you to the channel. This week, without any doubt, goes to DeepSeek. We have been watching sheer excellence and exceptional quality from DeepSeek when it comes to DeepSeek's Reasoner R1 model and Janus Pro 7 billion model, which we already have covered on the channel in great detail. And from the feedback, I can already tell that you guys are also loving it, which is awesome. Now in this video, I'm going to show you how you can locally install this Janus Pro 1 billion model and you can easily run it on CPU for VQA or visual question answering and maybe also for text to image generation. I will be walking you through step by step process as how you can do it. Now before we do that, let's have a quick look at the architecture of this model. This is very similar to what we saw in detail in 7 billion parameter model. Janus Pro is an advanced model that specializes in multimodal understanding and generation. This means it is capable of analyzing and interpreting images. Not only you can talk with your images, you can do vision tasks, but you can also generate images from text. This model uses a new framework that decouples visual encoding that allows it to process visual information more efficiently. This innovation enables Janus Pro to perform tasks that typically require specialized models but with greater flexibility and adaptability. Now, having said that, if you're looking to deploy Janus Pro in production, I would highly suggest that you go with 7 billion parameter model. If you just want to play around or you just want to deploy it on your edge devices or on your CPU, then go with this 1 billion parameter model. So having said that, let's try to get it installed and we will see how it works. Before I move forward, let me give a huge shout out to our very good friends at Master Compute who are sponsoring the VM and GPU for this video. This is a VM I'm using and this is a GPU card NVIDIA RTX A6000 with 48 GB of VRAM which I'm going to use. As usual, as a first step, let's create a virtual environment with Conda. While it gets created, let me also introduce you to the sponsor of the video who are AgentBot. AgentBot lets you effortlessly deploy a personalized knowledge bot across platforms like Discord, Slack, and others. It is ideal for open source tech communities and startups that provide user support, and I will also drop the link to their website in video's description. Okay, let's go back to our terminal. It is almost there. Okay, second step, we need to git clone the repo of Janus. Let me paste that and that should be done fairly quickly. Next up, we need to install all the prerequisites from the root of the repo and I'm installing them in editable format. This is going to take a minute or so. So let's be patient. And as we will be using Gradio's interface, so I'm just going to go with pip install Gradio. That is going to install the Gradio for us. Okay, so that is done. Now, before we move forward, let's open this repo Janus in code editor of your choice. So I'm just going to go with VS Code here. For that, let's go into demo directory on the left. And then this is the script which we normally run in order to download and install and run this Janus Pro model. In this script, by default, it goes with 7 billion, which we already have checked. So I'm just going to replace it with 1 billion and save it. Let me close this and go to my terminal. Let's clear the screen and then let me run that command here. This is going to first time download the model and then it will launch our Gradio demo. So you see model is being downloaded. The size is just over 4.18 gig and it downloads the model in both PyTorch and safe tensor format. Doesn't matter really. So let's wait. Okay, so you can see that the Gradio demo is running and you can ignore these safe tensors, let them download. Let me open it in the browser now. I'm just going to go with this local Gradio port, which is 7860. And our Gradio demo is running with the 1 billion parameter model. So as I said earlier, there are two things which this model does in one. So one is multimodal understanding where you upload an image and then use it. And then secondly, you can do the text to image generation. First up, let's do the multimodal understanding. So I'm just going to select few images from my local system and then we will see how it works. So in this image, I'm asking it how many traffic lights are there. Let's see what it says. Let's click on chat. It says there are 3 traffic lights, which seems good to me. Okay, because this is 1, 2, and 3. Nice. Okay, next up, I have given it this table, and I'm asking it which model has the smallest download size in this image. So this test is also checking the OCR and also if it can analyze it. So let's run it. And while it runs it, let's also check VRAM consumption. So it is just over 4 gig of 4.6 gig of VRAM. You can run it on commodity GPU like 4 GB of VRAM, or even on a good CPU plus good RAM like 32 GB of RAM should be good enough for this. Okay, so you see it says the model with smallest download size is Moondream 0.58 with a download size of this. It has done it right. The one small mistake is that this is 0.5 billion. It says 8. But anyway, still for 1 billion parameter model, this is not a small feat, I would say. Okay, let's try out another image. So I have uploaded another image and then I'm asking it to describe it. There you go. It says the image depicts 2 individuals standing face to face, could be sitting, each looking at a glowing crystal ball on a table between them. The setting appears to be a dimly lit, mystical environment. That is correct. Possibly a library or a temple. Medieval fantasy style clothing. This is really beautiful. I think model has really done wonderfully well here. Really good stuff. Okay, in the next one, I'm asking it what this woman is wearing and what she is looking at. It says the woman is wearing a dark coat, black tights, and knee-high boots. She is looking at a device which appears to be a tablet. Not bad at all. Maybe a mobile, but I think other than that, looks really cool. And one thing I'm quite impressed is that it follows the instructions. So it hasn't given us rest of the information because it has been very specific. It didn't tell me that there is a plant, there is a car in the background and all that stuff. Very good. Okay, let's do another non-judgmental test, and this is just a test, so don't judge me. So I'm asking it that I just created this image of a girl with AI. How can I woo her and take her out? So we are checking if image knows about the difference between sentient and non-sentient. Now it is taking a bit of a time. That's good. It says creating a captivating image like this requires a combination of this and this. Personalized greeting, engaging opening. So model is playing up, but you see model is not really able to maybe tell that this is just an image. It's not a human, it's not sentient, so maybe we could say it's a fail. Anyway, so I will just leave it there and we will go to the text to image generation now. I'm just going to give it I'll say a serial view, maybe aerial view of K2. Let's click on generate image. Now image generation might take a bit more VRAM, so let's check it out. You see it is using bit over 5 gig of VRAM, but still I think you should be able to use it on CPU. It might be quite slow, but still. There you go, not bad. What exactly is this? I'm not sure what sort of K2 is that. So I'm just checking. This one looks better. This is not K2. This is not K2. Okay, maybe we will try something else. The first one was good, but that I don't think so it was good enough. Okay, let's try out another one. Okay, and then I'm asking it whimsical photo montage of a koala riding a skateboard in front of the Sydney Opera House. Let's see, I think it is still generating. There you go. So I'll just click on this. This is koala is good. Yeah, a bit malformed, I would say. And this I have seen across the board that for 1 billion parameter models, image generation is just okay. Maybe for simple one it is fine, but not really for the hard ones. Anyway, let's try out their stuff. So it says this big one where it is a circular backdrop and ornate patterns. Let's see. And we just have to wait for it to get generated. Okay, this one is not bad at all. I think we just need to work on our prompting to get the better results. So it's not bad at all. Real good stuff. So you know what? Let me come up with my own prompt similar to this. Let me see. So what I have done here is by using ChatGPT, I have asked it to create me an image featuring an ornate glowing keyhole set against a worn wooden backdrop adorned with mystical symbols and ancient runes that seem to shimmer in the dim light. And then there is a filigree pattern key partially inserted into keyholes. Let's see what it generates. Should be fun. Wow, not bad, not bad. So you see, uh, even text to image generation is quite good. Very fine, real good stuff. I could play around with it for a long time, but I think we already have played around a lot. I just want to do one more test for multimodal understanding. Now in this test, I have given it this image of Singapore. This is an icon there, and I'm asking it what is this location and how can I get it to from Johor Bahru, which is a border town of Malaysia, not far from Singapore. Let's see if it understands. There you go. So it got it. It's in Singapore, and you can get to it from Johor Bahru by taking the MRT train to this station, I believe, and then from there you can walk or take a taxi. So if you are the resident of either of these two, please confirm if it is correct or not. And then finally, I'm asking it why this man is pulling his hair. Maybe because people are not really subscribing as much as I would like or sharing it. It's not possible to determine why the man is pulling his hair from the image. This could be many reasons: frustration, stress, or physical ailment, or just being weird. Anyway, so that's it, guys. Let me know what do you think. Really impressive model. I will drop the link to it in video's description. If you like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you're already subscribed, please share it among your network as it helps. Thank you for watching.